Okay, today on the Embroidery 2 channel, we're going to do something cool, and that is we're going to embroider on the pocket of a zippered sweatshirt. So a zippered, hooded sweatshirt pocket. And we're going to put a little logo on there. It's a cool little place to put a logo, and you have to have the proper equipment to do it, and we're showing you how we do it. And we're using the fast frames. Okay, you see it right ahead of us. That frame is approximately 4 inches, a little less than 4 inches wide, and the inside dimension that I'm using is 2 3/4, and you can see I have a decent amount of height there, but my design is only going to be about 2 inches high. So I'm going to show you how I do that, and we're going to take this over to the machine. You know, we have the sticky back right on there, so it's a tearaway, and if you wanted to have a cutaway, you can also put that in there by putting some sticky back on that, spraying some spray adhesive, and then putting it on the other side. And then you could just cut it away and then pull it through. So it's whatever you want to do. I'm going to try it just like this with some topping and also just a tearaway. So let's see how it turns out. We're going to do that next on the Embroidery 2 channel. Coming up now. Okay, we've started our embroidery on a pocket of a zippered down hooded sweatshirt. And the design that I put on here looks like it's going from center out. So it was probably set up for a cap. So it's fine. You can go from center out. You can just go regular from, left to right. It doesn't matter. In this case, I'm just going to continue doing it the way I've got it here. I think it's going to do a good job either way. And the whole thing is it's really tight, guys. The pocket just barely fits on there. So evaluate that. Make sure you got some clearances, and make sure that it will actually embroider on the pocket. If the pocket's too small, don't even try it. So it has to be able to fit over the arm, underneath where the bobbin's at and all that. So it has to fit. The bigger the pocket, the better, of course. Smaller the pocket, you'll have more problems, and you probably won't be able to do it. So remember, I made mine approximately with this hoop 2 3/4 inches wide, and that's a good size. You don't want to go any wider. You're taking chances of hitting the sides of the frame, and that could screw up your whole machine, and you definitely don't want to do that. So I'd say a good spot is 2 1/2 to 2 3/4 maximum for width, and the height you have a little bit more to play with. I think my design is about 2 inches high, I think it is. Maybe a little more. And so this is something that's sort of cool. You get another place to advertise on your hooded sweatshirt. So it is a little challenging. And you can see I have the topping on there, and I put the topping on. I'm holding it on with my little clamps. So definitely, guys, use the topping when you're doing fleece. You're definitely going to turn out a lot better. And so that's definitely what I got. If you see the clamps, you might not be able to see the topping, but it is on there. I never do fleece without topping. So remember, put the topping on, and make sure you have it on there, and it's going to turn out a lot better, that's for sure. So we got about 5,000 stitches, so it's not going to take very long. So we'll come right back, and then we'll talk a little bit more and end this off. I don't want to make a big long video. I just want to do a little video of embroidering on the pocket of a hooded sweat. Coming up right back in a little bit. Okay, we're finishing up our embroidery on the pocket of a hooded zippered down sweatshirt, and we're just about done. About 5,000 stitches, and you can see it works out really good. Remember, guys, you got to really work on it to get this pocket on there. Smoothing it out, straightening it out, pulling it here and there, and then clamps, and of course your topping, and oops, it stopped for a second. We're going to finish right up. Just a second. Okay, let's take a look at these guys. Okay, you can see the toppings on there, and I just pull it out so we can take a good look at it. It's done. Now remember, you're pulling this over, and I just realized I want to tell you this, over the bobbin area. So you can't get to the bobbin. There's no way. If you run out of bobbin, you know, it's done. You just ruin that embroidery. If something goes wrong with the bobbin thread, somehow something goes wrong with it, you just ruin that pocket. You can't pull it off there and expect to probably put it back on. Well, there's a possibility. We'll take one off right now. Now, if the bobbin was on, you have to get to the bobbin, this would have to come off. You have to loosen the screw and try to take that off. Let's bring it back so I can get to that screw. Take that off, and this is the only way you could get to it. So you pull it off, fool with your bobbin, and then put it back on if you did run out of bobbin. But the best thing to do, of course, is to make sure you have lots of bobbin, because otherwise you're not going to get to it. Just a little explanation there. I hope you enjoyed our video. Let's take a look at this. So I'm going to take it off there, take off everything. Let's look at the pocket and see how it turned out. Now I'm going to go around. I'm going to do the other pocket the exact same way. Okay, let's take a quick look. There it is. I put the frame inside that pocket so you can see it. Pocket's open. It's ready to go. And I could have went higher. That means I could have had a design that's, let's say, 3.5 inches high by 2 3/4 or 2.5. And I could have made that logo just a little higher. Looks pretty good. I think, you know, if you wanted to, instead of just using that one, I just did a quickie. I just put in the tearaway. But if you don't like it with the tearaway, remember, just spray a little spray adhesive on some cutaway also, and then put that on the back, and then embroider it. Then you'll have the tearaway and you'll have the cutaway. You'll just be pulling it through. Once you cut around it, so you would go in the inside of the pocket, cut around it, and pull it through. So you can add some stabilization to it by adding a little of the, you know, cutaway on the other side of the actual tearaway, which is the sticky back. So that's a few little tricks. But this is cool. First time embroidering on a pocket. It could be your first time. Try it out. Be very careful. It is a little tight in there, but I think it's a cool little place to put a little design. So hope you enjoyed our video on the Embroidery to You channel. Something cool again. And remember, you've got to subscribe. Keep me going. We'll see you next time, and have a great day.